To put this where I think it's going, it's currently 2 trillion. I think a roughly fair value to fit in with the other asset classes is 200 trillion. So it's 100x. We've never had an asset do 100x of that kind of magnitude in all recorded history. I mean, we've never seen it before. None of us have lived through this. So this is, I think, going to be the largest generation of wealth that the world has seen in the shortest period of time.
What's going on, guys? Kevin Cage here with another XRP update. This video is an absolute must-see, and I hope you stick around for this, for the future projections of the cryptocurrency market from a global macro investor, meaning he studies a variety of markets, equities included, and has some massive projections. We're talking a 100x from here, and I know some of you may roll your eyes at that, but stick with me for this one, and let me know your thoughts down below. We'll also talk about some price expectations for XRP now that XLM is moving, and we're going to be covering a variety of other assets. Let's kick it off. All right, hope everybody is doing well today. I personally am doing great, and I'm feeling very optimistic with where I think we are in today's market cycle. So we'll dive into the Bitcoin price chart, XRP price chart, and the XLM price chart, give you my thoughts high level, and then I want to show you some interesting clips along with some very key news that a lot of people may be overlooking regarding a variety of assets in this space and their impact. So first things first, high level. With the Bitcoin price chart, let me take it to a single chart just to kind of explain. We have this cup and handle on the mini, right? Double bottom. We've seen this time and time again. So we have this high, cup and handle, double bottom, golden cross with the 8 and 21 moving average. And then of course the handle right there and pop right up, kind of en route and above this R2 currently. Now notice when we zoom out, we have the Bitcoin price chart again, and we have on the macro a cup, the handle, and it's popping. It's beautiful to see this type of setup on the macro time frame on the daily, and then when you zoom in, you can see it existing on smaller time frames, such as right there on the 4-hour. We have the double bottom right there, the handle, and then the pop. So these are some of the things I'm watching for. And now before getting into this, what I'm noticing is we have 30 plus assets. I know we've counted all of them, and they're not just random assets. They're well-established assets that have been here for a couple years and have sound fundamentals and backing, whether that be Algorand, HBAR, AVAX, Solana, Luna, you name it. They're all coming out of this cup, breaking past this previous all-time high price, whether that be in March, April, May, you name it. They've held this support, whether that was in July or anything in between, and they're slowly challenging this price for another pop, meaning whether that be a blow off the top moment or just creating another all-time high price. That's what I'm focused on. So what is Kevin doing? I want to be extremely transparent and show you I'm attacking assets that are down here and down here, around these pivots, essentially high level. I'm not going after micro caps. I'm focused on well-established assets and just compounding my returns, okay? So now let's take it back to this chart and I'll kind of show you a little bit. All right, so what do we see? Well, we have this cup and handle for Bitcoin, golden cross pops around that pivot. Notice we have this kind of flag right there forming, and it shot up above the R2. Where do we have XLM? Well, it got that positive news with USDC Circle along with MoneyGram last night, and people will say, oh, that's why it's pumping. In reality, personal belief is that this is just all an algorithm, and yes, they're correlated with news, etc. But notice that we're forming this type of little descending wedge if you wanted to look at it like that, and then pop. So we did take off from the pivot. Where's XRP today? And something to note, we also had this golden cross between the 8 and 21. We had a golden cross here as price started rising. I know you can look at this from a variety of factors with the RSI right there. These are some of the confluences. I haven't even overlaid fibs in this one. I'll just keep it simple. But notice we have right there as well a golden cross for XRP. And where are we? Well, we're sitting right on this P pivot on the daily XRP price chart. And so a few other assets that I expect in the days ahead to get a nice little push, when they in fact do, provided Bitcoin stays up, would be XRP and anything sitting around this pivot. Another example would be, I'd say, Filecoin. So just take a look at this guy. Let me remove some of these fibs over here. And it's just another chart setup. Golden cross is yet to occur. Notice that XLM, and we can really just compare these two assets. So this is not like for like. I'm simply looking for rhymes, and this is literally a fraction of what I do with my analysis. But golden cross is yet to occur. Is it likely that Filecoin does in fact get a little push from the $71, $72 price point up to that pivot and probably beyond? Yeah, highly likely in my opinion. And it's not just Bitcoin, I have a variety of other assets leading the way, so now I just sit on my hands and wait. Here's a closer look of XLM on the left-hand side, whereas XRP is on the right-hand side, both sitting at that pivot, and of course XLM got that pop. You can do a top-down analysis and watch the RSI on the 4-hour or smaller time frames and see if we can kind of gauge that volatility. At the end of the day, I can't time it, so I just focus on the larger time frames and wait. So I think it's almost time for XRP, hopefully nothing ruins the fun. Now, this is what I want you guys to listen to. Now, be sure if you have an Instagram, follow Boom Time Crypto. Great page, very interesting content. And now let's listen to this gentleman. And he's actually talking with Pompliano. This is the founder of Real Vision Finance, macro investor, lives on an island. I say this in every video just so you guys understand the caliber of people giving these estimations. So this gentleman, formerly Goldman Sachs, he goes on to say, today's crypto market cap is at $2 trillion. Being a global macro investor studying a variety of markets, he is calling in the next 15 years this entire market to 100x. That means 2 trillion turns into 200 trillion. Yes, derivatives most likely will run on top of blockchain or DLT tech. It doesn't take a genius to realize that. And of course, that market, whether on the low end, 500, 600 trillion to well over $1 quadrillion. The Fed has not stopped printing by any means. So let's just see what happens. So listen up to this. Let me refresh and I'll hit play.
Technology in all recorded history. So we've never seen anything like this. Extrapolate the maths, you get out to 1 billion people by 2024. So this is going to happen really, really fast. By the end of the decade, you're probably at 3.5, 4 billion people, so most of the world. So what does that mean for asset prices? Well, almost all the major asset classes, whether it's equities, bonds, real estate, they're all kind of in the 150 to $300 trillion range. Now, we kind of know that most of those assets are going to go on the blockchain anyway, but let's ignore that. To put this where I think it's going, it's currently 2 trillion. I think a roughly fair value to fit in with the other asset classes is 200 trillion. So it's 100x. We've never had an asset do 100x of that kind of magnitude in all recorded history. I mean, we've never seen it before. None of us have lived through this. So this is, I think, going to be the largest generation of wealth that the world has seen in the shortest period of time. Adoption of technology in all recorded history. So we've never.
Okay, so that's pretty insane to consider how big this market could potentially get. Today's ecosystem, there's only a couple 100 million people, a fraction of 1 billion. Now, this gentleman is calling for 3 to 4 billion people to join this market. Shocker, of course, we expect this to happen regardless. A 100x today from here. And this is not even considering Internet of Things, the devices of IoT, which is already over 1 billion right there. So, for example, with XRP, there is a reserve amount for every single wallet address, every single account. Can you imagine when there's billions of people or billions of bank accounts or billions of devices that are connected to the internet today or mobile applications that need a certain amount of XRP held in that wallet so that it can interoperate or at least run on the XRP ledger? This is mind-boggling at scale, and this shows the upside for the future, okay? And if you're a bear short term, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with trying to optimize your buys. As I always say, do what's best for you. But me personally, I am extremely bullish long term, and I'm still bullish on the short term. We've been sitting in a multi-year bear market. Prices have done nothing. XRP has yet to even break an all-time high price, especially a variety of other assets, including XLM. These are conservative blue chip assets, in my opinion. They've been here for years and years and years. They're not disappearing anytime soon. And that is just the way I see things. Of course, microcaps or some of these meme coins, they could pump and make 500x and you make a bunch of money. But price appreciation does not make a project good. Of course, speculatively, it may make you happy. Maybe you made, a 200x on your Shiba Inu. That's great, but I'm looking for longevity because what is the point of making money if you lose it all and that asset is not here in a couple of years? So as I make money, even on more speculative investments or meme coins or microcaps that maybe I got lucky on, I actually reallocate those profits to blue chip assets that are here to stay, that have hundreds of millions of dollars in funding, such as XRP that just had a $250 million fund, $250 million focused on NFT developments. Then we have XLM, focused with MoneyGram now. It's crazy how this competition between these two players is starting to really heat up. We have Algorand with huge funds. We have Filecoin and HBAR working together. We have 5 billion HBAR and another fund in NFT development. I just don't know how people are so focused on these meme coins that may go up and speculatively go up in value when you can focus on something that will actually be here to stay. Anyways, a perspective on how big numbers really are. So 1,000 times 1,000. If you have $1,000 and you had a 1,000x, that'd be $1 million. Awesome. Well, 1 million times 1,000 again. So times 1,000 is 1 billion. 1 billion times 1,000 is 1 trillion. Today's market is at $2 trillion plus. Now, $1 trillion, this is a huge number. Considering that 1 billion, to count to 1 billion, guys, or 1 billion seconds, takes approximately 31.7 years. It takes over 31 years to count to 1 billion. That's mind-boggling. Looking at CoinMarketCap as well, Bitcoin's market cap is at $1 trillion. The volume is at $38 billion every single day. Looking at XRP, approximately a $50 billion market cap with over $3 billion flowing through it every single day. You can go through a variety of assets and look at this volume, look at these measurements, look at their valuations. And if any asset absolutely skyrockets with such as Shiba Inu, I urge you, I implore you to please take profit. There's too many noobs in this market, newcomers in this market that have, so many million tokens, and they do the math and say, oh, if it hits this price, I make $1 million. It's not that simple. I can assure you, we've been in this market for several years, and it's just not how the game is played. Maybe you get lucky, but please, 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 the sooner you can get your initial investment out and play with house money or reallocate some of those profits into more established assets that will survive, the better you will be, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people will agree with that. But me personally, I'm just focused on utility because I believe when utility does hit this market, we're going to see prices that we never even thought possible. Next up, guys, we have some exciting news straight from Unstoppable Domains that is part of the Open Payments Coalition with companies such as Ripple, creating interoperability between all of these ecosystems. Remember, if you do not have your own Unstoppable domain, mine would be kevincage.crypto, and this is my crypto wallet address, along with even a decentralized, hack-proof website if I so choose. Instead of sending XRP to a destination tag in a weird alphanumerical code or serial number, you can send it right to kevincage.crypto. Think of it as an email for money or crypto assets. So highly recommend checking this out. Links in the video description, and let's play this quick clip. And Unstoppable Domains is announcing this .wallet alliance. Over 30 top crypto wallets and exchanges are now joining forces to make .wallet NFT domains the universal username for peer-to-peer crypto transactions to over 40 million consumers worldwide. Check this out.
As a wallet holder, you have different wallet addresses for each currency you hold. You may have just one, a few, or even up to 100. Each with their own set of 26 to 42 numeric characters that you have to copy-paste every time you transfer money. But what if you could combine them all into one easy-to-remember username with Unstoppable's NFT domains? A single username that everyone can easily enter to send crypto, freeing you of the worry of misentering your address ever again. An Unstoppable username with support for over 275 cryptocurrencies and tokens, and interoperability across most major wallets and exchanges. An Unstoppable username that frees you from the hassle of the copy-paste monster and the dangers of malicious software that can replace your copied address with a hacker's wallet address. An Unstoppable username that makes you, well, unstoppable. Whether you are discovering crypto, a blockchain enthusiast, or just someone who values their time, join a fast-growing community. Don't let the copy-paste monster ruin your day. Get in first and secure your Unstoppable domain name today and make your wallet experience even better.
There are no renewal fees, and the domains do start at $20 a pop. So now that I bought my Kevin Cage domain, I own that domain for life. As always, guys, all links of services I actively use and recommend are in the video description with discount codes, and I'll catch you in the next one.